What's up, everybody? It's your boy Leonardo da Swifty. Welcome to another episode of Point and Laugh, the deck building show where I make you a better Magic player and a worse person by means of curmudgeonry. First up, we got Saturday morning cartoons, followed by an Ivy deck pretending they can be trusted with the enchantments. After that, it's half a Kenrith deck, and finally, we've got an Azlask deck attempting to play League of Legends inside Commander because this person interpreted the phrase bottom of the barrel as a challenge. For everybody who subscribes to this video, I will put one fun sticker on my editor's manacles. Mango! Put 5 on them.
Gonna teach you how to ride.
Mech Titan Legendary Defender. This is a spooky deck. I decided to go back to my roots with this deck, assembling Voltron. Rather than the Cauldron pieces, the aim of this list is to play a classic white weenie strategy to gather the resources to assemble Mech Titan. Then, through a combination of cloning effects, turn all of our dorky servos into giant robots and swing for lethal. That sounds like a real deck, as opposed to the Cauldron deck. I assume 3 decks from now, we might be playing an actual Voltron strategy, so round of applause for Cyborg. Fabricate 1, other non-token creatures have Fabricate 1. So once we make Mech Titan, I'm presuming we can use Populate to copy it. 42 lands is crazy, but probably necessary. And it looks like 36 are MDFC, so that makes sense. Why in the fuck do you have Lotus Field in here? That's not... Oh, catch-up ramp. Okay, hold on. Cookery. Okay, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm doing it. This is what the bracket system can never understand. No Game Changers list can ever quantify the absolute buffoonery that is Lotus Fielding myself exclusively to make my Knight of the White Orchid turn on. The AI will never take that from us. So we have a ton of draw. So we make a Legendary. That sucks for us. Legendary 10/10 with keyword soup. 1 way to break Legendary, 2 ways to break Legendary, 3 ways to break Legendary, a 4th way to get around it being Legendary. Ooh. Okay, go fuck yourself. We do need it though. God damn it. Ugh. Is this the first justifiable Karn in the... God, that makes me angry. I'm putting myself over here to be as far away from the graphic of Karn as possible, even though I'm now closer to his actual name. Okay, you little rat, you found a way to justify having Karn in the list because you do need it to bring back your Mech Titan core after the first time you get rid of it. Dusk Till Dawn, so we're doing the White Weenies game plan. I really like this in a vacuum. Initially, this looks pretty tuned in a vacuum. I do worry about what happens if the Simic player just says like, damn, that's crazy, here's an 8/8 on turn 3. So let's playtest it and see how good this Weenies strategy is at actually holding up removal. Hold on. We don't have a mountain, and we don't have a turn 2 play, so I'll do that. We'll play this, and then we probably tempt with... I don't know, we could play Legion's Landing. Depending on the board state, we would either tempt with bunnies or do Legion's Landing, depending on how many defenses we needed to hold up. Oh, and we have a board wipe already. Okay. So we pay 3, we tell everybody to go fuck themselves, and then we hang out. Autumn Soldier doesn't really matter yet. Oh, but we do need... So we anchor to reality. We've achieved the Mech Titan core now. We do have to reveal it. So we tap 3. We tempt with bunnies. I'm going to say everybody does it. I'm going to be generous, and I'm going to say that everybody takes the option. They are tempted by the bunnies, and we get to draw 4. Holy shit, do these cards suck. We're going to pretend I tapped this correctly. We're going to pay 3 life. And I'm going to say we can get a desert. God damn it, I can't. Is Arroyo then? Nope. I hate you. You don't get a land from this because I don't know how to look up deserts in Moxfield. We always get Arid Archway. Literally not true because I couldn't find it immediately. So how about that? All right, so I'm going to bounce Stupor to hand since I think it's one of the better MDFCs we have. I'm going to discard this dumb fucking bounce land, and I'm going to discard the bad counterspell. Now, turn 7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 mana. So that means we can play core, we can pay 3, and we can actually do it because we have these artifact creatures That's not good. Never mind. Instead, we play the Illustrious Wanderglyph. Dump Seagate Restoration. So if we make it to our next upkeep, then we can Mech Titan Core turn 8. We've board wiped once. We've not had targeted removal, but we did have another board wipe come up. And you do have the non-land permanents to make Hour of Revelation come up. So that was a pretty good playtest. I do worry that the Stride Hanger, I worry that if we didn't see the Stride Hanger and didn't see the Mech Titan, then you probably do fuck all. And so in that, I'm gonna recommend what I always recommend for decks that have very specific things they need to do. And that is, motherfucker, head to a game show. Head to a goddamn game show. Illustrious Wanderglyph and Stridehanger Automaton are critical to our ability to play Magic in the absence of Mech Titan Core, and Mech Titan Core is the main thing. Darebrain, that's not something I'm missing, it just doesn't matter. So we have 3 cards in the deck that matter for winning at Magic the Gathering, which is pretty low. Normally you want 4 non-deterministic win cons. If you want to have these 3 cards just say I win the game on them, 3 is pretty good. 3 being 3 cards being, this is how I create a preponderance of combat damage that should hopefully kill you. I think Thousand Moon Smithy is the most aspirational of those. But anyway, when we are that low, it is always in our best interest to just refill our hand by wheeling. You have a lot of pretty good engines, but Secret Rendezvous is strictly worse than having a wheel in, and I'm not sure as to why, because the other stuff we have in the deck is definitely working at the power level where wheeling is appropriate. If we're tutoring stuff up but we're not willing to wheel for it, you need to go to therapy about that and not this stream. Now chat is suggesting Guardian Sunmare. Strictly better is an insane word to use. But every time you go oh, this card is automatically good just because our commander is going to do this for it, or just because this other thing. Or I think it's realistic to assume that at a table you were going to run over anyway. As soon as you show me a Jeskai token copier, I'm burning down your fucking house. None of this would be possible without support from our highest tier Patreon members, so please join me and Little Nadu as we take a moment to thank Badger King, Sussedin, Christian B, Ryan A, Adam S, Solar Movie, Biggest Dickus, Kyle, Jess HW, Alpha Dog 2064, Crimson Viper, Zelenor, Otterfire, Dad Out for Milk, Kyler P, Bolus Brigade, Derek H, Phelan, B Leave, Dungeon Masters Consortium, Zach G, Bobby Joe Lord, Talamar Von Geist, Troper and their 37 different identities, Bradley T, Bo, Beefcake, and Silky Wilkie. Thank you all, and enjoy the video. Hi everybody, welcome to the Mango Money Moment, a new segment that exists only because YouTube has told us that if their automatic mid-roll placer doesn't believe that my video has enough dead air in it to constitute a transitional phase, they will not put monetized ads in the middle, which can really cut into the editor's leak budget. So we're gonna have these moments where we just stop and stare for a little bit. Ivy, I'm a deck myself spell thief. I recommend owning 2 copies of each aura just in case, you know what, make it a playset. Oh, you motherfucker. This deck sucks and is unhateable because it is too boring. Does not have enough of a personality for you to shit on it. Any recommendations for next month? Well, first let's see. Restrictions. No mana positive rocks, no soul lands, no copy effects. No wins other than Thoracle Labman, no card draw engines, no infinite combos, sad face, no Gaia's Cradle, no cost reducers, no tutors, no free spells. So what this says to me is I'm gonna make you watch me jack off and I'm gonna do it real slow. My immediate hate is Ivy's a crazy commander. Ivy is an absolutely insane commander, and that's why I only said kind of slow. Yeah, Aiko, it's still kind of fast. If you're doing aura deck yourself, I imagine it can happen pretty goddamn quickly. Okay. We have a bunch of can-tripping enchantments, haste enablers. These are bad, but they unbrick me. And then we have a lot of, Enchantress card draw. Me want card draw, please, yeah. My best goldfish was turn 5. Yeah, like this is one of those decks where I think Ivy is a warrior mindset commander. I think that no matter how many restrictions you apply to yourself, being able to copy permanent spells and being able to just copy spells on a 2-mana commander in general is so powerful that if you build anything that is even coherent, it's going to be good. So I do agree with your designation, or I don't know if I agree with like super scary, but maybe. This is definitely an exhibit on why Simic should never be allowed to do things. I'm just trying to make as many casual combo decks as I can. Diabolical behavior, okay? Like, you know how you could approximate the play pattern of this deck? You could sit down and you could pick up the top 7 cards of each of your opponent's decks and go, I'm just seeing if you guys have a removal spell. No? Next one. And then throw the cards in their face like you're fucking Gambit. The rest of the deck, you're just like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, draw cards. Oh yeah, whatever. Really efficient removal. Oh, I'm gonna cast Delay so that at least, hey, I didn't counter your spell. It just has Suspend, bro. Come on, this is casual. And then also, I counter Sauron. Give me 7 mana, please. We're making like 1,000,000 mana, I'm presuming, just to keep the Enchantress stuff going. Okay, so Flooded Strand, turn 1, we're cracking for, you definitely have Breeding Pool in here, down 3 life to get an Elvish Mystic. Next, we will Entity Tracker, so now we get this out, we play this, copy it targeting Ivy, 2 enchantments enter, so we draw a card. We swing this, we hope that we hit. If it does, we float 2 green. Play this on Elvish Mystic, we copy it targeting Ivy, we draw 2 more cards. Tap Utopia Sprawl. So this is not going to target another creature. But we'll play Utopia Sprawl on... Oh, well, do we want to play Utopia Sprawl? No, we'll do... Yes, we do draw 2 from each enchantment cast. Will I do all the playtests so zoomed in? Because if I do it zoomed out, we cannot see a single goddamn thing that's going on. So if that feels nice or sure, then maybe Mango, enjoy zooming in 4x on every single card we played. All right, turn 4. Have they learned to fear us yet? So these guys, or I'll say that I put this on the other one. So this is now 3 damage. We do not have the, or actually we might have the Devotion to Green where Karametra's Acolyte is crazy. But first, I will do Breeding Pool. I will draw a card. We have our first protection spell. Tap 2 for Stratus Walk. Again, copied onto Ivy, which again draws us 2 cards. We'll move to combat. With flying, we do, what is this, 3 damage, and this is also 3 damage. So we float 6 green mana, spend 4 of it on Eidolon of Blossoms. We draw 2 cards. So we have 2 green mana floating. Spend the floating green mana in the island to do Shielding Plaques, copied onto Ivy. We draw 4 cards now. And now we're holding up 2 mana in case anybody does anything to us, so we can Swan Song and defend the Rider. And it's turn 4. And we're almost at critical mass of nobody can do anything against us anymore. Am I sick? Yes. I mean, I think you're sick, and it's like, I just can't... I don't think I've ever... Or actually, no, that's not true. There is a place where this belongs. This is Joe Johnson magic. This is tabletop jocks magic, which I personally don't really play that much of, but like I do know that these maniacs exist. Like this is very much, God, I don't want to pull in the bracket system, but this is like, yeah, low power CEDH is a good way to put it, because this is just fucking diabolical. So Kilroy's deck, Rowan torments people with colorless abilities activating 4 times per activation. This is meant to be spooky. Colorless? Oh no, it's bad Rowan Kenrith. Okay, I thought this was going to be Rakdos Rowan. Rowan is life, Rowan is love, Rowan's ult is perfection, must ult, need ult. Alright, so we have a deck that's never happening. Partnered with Will Kenrith, which we don't even have in the fucking command zone. So you know you get both, right? I'm pretty sure. Like I'm pretty sure if it says partner, you get Will. We just left him behind. Will doesn't help the strat. I'm gonna keep it so real with you. There is no... I understand Will Kenrith not helping the strat because Will Kenrith is a bitch. There is no way blue doesn't help the strat. There is no way you are ever alting Rowan fucking Kenrith without having access to blue proliferation. And if you say you are, I'm just gonna tell you to stop beating up children. It is unfortunately real as hell of you to go partner deck, fuck it, I don't need him, going big and wide. If we would do +1/+1 counters, we can make servos. For 3 mana, we can proliferate. We can search for a really big creature. We can Forsaken Monument. We can Dowsing Device. Okay. Kozilek. I don't need blue, but I do need Kozilek. Steel Overseer, the Aether Spark. Oh god. What does Bloodthirst 2 even do? No, Monty. This is not an Eldrazi deck in disguise. This is just anything colorless. If an opponent was dealt damage, enters with N +1/+1 counters. Preparation spelled wrong for Crimes Against Humanity. So we can proliferate 1 time. We can proliferate for 4 mana. We can proliferate twice for 4 mana if we play a 6 mana artifact. Proliferate for 3 mana. Proliferate for 4 mana and a dead body. Proliferate for 4. Prove something to proliferate for 4. Brother, you have to be playing this against ChatGPT. This is not good. This is not enough proliferation. I will do nothing responsible with these cards. 3 mana Brainstorm. Okay, draw a card off of non-token artifact creature ETBs. Let's handcuff as many bits of ourself to that radiator as possible. Okay, Collector's Vault, Endless Atlas. What? We don't even want a little bit of... This isn't even like red card draw. Symmetry Matrix. This deck is mana reliant. So are these all dorks? Not all dorks. Okay, this is all the stuff that either ramps us or cost reduce stuff. Oh, just for the Power Stone tokens. We have Ugin too. Bad Ugin. Win cons. Oh, good Ugin. Yeah, you are a goddamn maniac. All right, let's go to the playtest. So we do 1 mulligan. We start with 6. We start with 5. We start with 4. We start with 3. All right, there we go. We get to play Magic the Gathering with 3 cards. All right, and then they murder Rowan. Okay. We have 1 extra colorless. Fuck this Trilobite, man. We get another mountain. Okay, Aether Spark on to Joyra's Familiar. We punch, we get 2 on, or 2 more on. So we can't take any off. We punch, it goes up to 9. We down tick it to draw 2 cards. Our first source of proliferation. We will win this game by making Joyra's Familiar stab somebody to death. What is this curve? Yeah, hey, that makes sense. That makes sense. We have the mana Twin Towers, and then we have a bunch of irresponsible decisions. Azlask's Summoner's Rift. Okay, I'm not even going to remark that Moxfield thinks this is bracket 2. If it's Eldrazi, yeah, sure, I believe you that this is scary. Deck was born from the idea I could show off my deck building prowess with an interesting concept. I looked at Minthara and said, how could I run up experience? My first thought was to go Kelsien, but I thought it would be easier to build with Azlask, focusing on the Scions and Spawns. The deck is specifically made to focus on the EXP creation and payoffs. I no longer believe this is scary, for like no reason. No Titans here. Payoffs in the deck are experience baddies. Kelsien doesn't immediately work. I needed an ADC for the 5 stack, and you can trigger his experience ability with one of the Death Touch equipment. We are rocketing towards silly. I saw Azlask, I was like, yeah, sure, scary makes sense. You said experience, I was like, that's gonna be a little tough. And you said, we have a true to flavor League of Legends 5 stack. We are hurtling towards silly. Alec, Azlask is a exception to the rule that Eldrazi commanders normally fold in half because they don't cost very much and they are 5 color. They are very able to shore up all the typical weaknesses of the Eldrazi decks because they don't have to turbo ramp into Vomit. They can Azlask decks can play actual Magic. and then at the end of it overrun you, versus like an 8 mana Eldrazi commander where the only thing you can do is try to play Thrawn Dynamo as quickly as possible and hope nobody counterspells you. So it's Marin top, Othari jungle, Minthara mid, Kelsian ADC, and Azuri support. I've heard mention of the crowd scale a couple of times now. Where is it from? I'm pretty sure the crab scale is made up, and it's something that my chat is trying to get me to bite on so that they can do some kind of like very, very well thought out D's nuts joke. So I refuse to accept it. I refuse to accept it or say anything about it. All right, 12 bills per minute, the perfect experience farm. So get terrible counterspell that makes us a Scion. Basking Brood Scale. This is like normal. This is actual good card. Corpse Hatch. Overcosted Destruction, but it gets us experience. Druids, so Fog, but it might get us experience. Okay, this is a good way to get us experience. Kaith is... Listen, we all love our grandma. It might be time to put this one in a home. I mean, maybe just for the 2 mana populate. I just don't believe in the fabricate, but maybe the fabricate is... No. We have experience counters. No, grandma can stay. Grandma can stay. Yeah, upkeep. So we're making as many Scions as possible. So, Emil, Kaith is here because we either populate a Scion token that we already have, or we proliferate the experience counters that we already have. It is just 2 mana... get 1 more experience somehow, whether we do that via token or whether we do that via proliferation. But that is, I don't think that's scary, first of all, but it does work. Interesting. Those are 2 interesting cards that you have in this deck. Those are 2 very interesting cards that you have in this deck right there. You wouldn't happen to be attempting to create an infinitely large lizard with an infinite amount of experience, right? You would never bot a World of Warcraft character, would you? Not in my Twitch streams, certainly. Oh, you have it tagged over here. Okay, yeah, I think having a 2-card infinite is extremely normal for a deck that you have called scary. I do not think, we haven't play tested it yet, so there's a caveat there, but currently, I do not think the rest of the deck keeps up with this particular combo. So we have a ton of proliferation for our experience counters. I may revise this opinion after we do the playtest. Currently, this seems like an Azlask deck where 5 guys just happen to be there. So let's see how it actually plays. We have 2 lands. Fuck it, I'm gonna make you do it with this. I didn't even look at the curve, but greedy as hell. We will surveil 1 to try to fix. Why the fuck do we have a, oh, proliferate, sure. Get out of here. Oh, it's surveil, so that would have been graveyard. Who cares? We have nothing to do turn 2. I think we can catacomb sift. Okay, we can catacomb sift, and we can get a spawn. We can proliferate, which we will do just to draw 1 card. We will do nothing. Let it. Okay. I will sacrifice this to expand the sphere in an attempt to continue playing Magic. I'm going to get Karn's Bastion out so that I can proliferate. We need another green pip for Vorinclex. We also need another black pip for Corpse Hatch. I'm going to get, oh, green and black. There we go. So I'm going to get those 2 lands. Next turn, I mean, we're going to Vine Boom here. I'll Azlask and Innkeeper's Talent to spend our 5 mana. Boom, we get a counter. That's crazy of us, huh? Turn 7, by the way, we can Kozilek's Command for 5. Can we? No, we can only make 1. We only have 1 source of colorless mana. We shoot something. We shoot something and we make 2 spawns. Look at us. We're so crazy. Ha ha ha. Swamp, Vorinclex, sack 2. We now have, is this experience? I'm gonna call it experience. We have 4 experience counters on turn 8. No other payoffs. We have removed 1 creature. Hedge Maze, surveil. Sure, fuck it. We'll keep that on top. Interact again. We're up to 5 experience counters. Anointed Procession. We're already in Christmas land, so let's just stay here and pretend we get to turn 11. And then we cast it. We still don't have a second source of colorless fucking mana. Okay. So we'll tap out for this. And we'll make 4 spawns. Excellent. And now, Kozilek's Command for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we make 7 additional spawns, we sacrifice them, giving us 14 additional counters, And then we don't have Wooburg to pay for this fucking ability, but at any point we get Wooburg to pay for this ability, we can kill everybody, presumably on turn 13 or 14. Like, getting experience by cheating, you're just working so much harder than every other Eldrazi deck is. All we have to do is make a fucking spawn. We don't even have to do all this like overcosted removal into populate. We literally just like, hey, make a guy, kill him. We're a factory farm, baby. We are the baddies. Low to the ground things that are going to immediately fix this deck without infringing on the theme at all is, as chat was desperately calling out for, we want both every pain land, which I'm going to struggle to get the syntax right. Nope. How about that? I hate it here. How about that? So we want every land that's like this. We want every land that is allowed to tap for colorless, but will tap for a color to deal damage to us. And we want to replace all of the like good 2-color lands with these instantly. And then we also want all of our mana rocks to become talismans of, because these are just pain lands that cost mana. And then after that, the legitimately difficult bridge that you have to cross is every thematic thing you are doing is worse than doing Azlask thing. That is a situation where it's easy to avoid that. It's easy to work around it if the better thing is in the 99. But when your commander is just literally better than every other thing you want to do, it's hard for the deck's flavor to come across. It's like cooking with one really, really powerful ingredient that you've included a lot of. I'm struggling to think of it's like cooking with like sardine. Like if I told you, hey, I'm getting a pizza, that pizza has sardines on it, you are either immediately yes on that pizza or immediately no on that pizza without any knowledge of what the other ingredients are, because sardines are such an overwhelming flavor that if you don't like sardines, you're like, I don't care what the fuck else is going on. You fucked it up with sardines. What do you mean? So next we're going to do Islor's deck. This is a trauma response to me being brand new and having my fun dragons killed by my friends. It looks to assemble an unremovable board state that also makes it so I can't lose. They spelled board B-O-R-E-D, which I'm going to assume is on purpose. Then win through commander damage, approach of the second sun, or being the only one with things. Enchantments. So you really went, like you speed ran I'm Seto Kaiba as a kid who likes dragons to I'm Seto Kaiba, the mega capitalist, huh? They killed the dragon-loving child, and you replaced him with the mega corporation. Immediately I see Phyrexia, Unlife, and Solemnity. The I'm Immortal combo. So the spirit of the you that loved dragons is now haunting the table as Casper the dick-headed ghost. I'm gonna give everything hexproof. Gonna play bad cards that only work against idiot Timmies. Call a hearse, but not for me. This card is so bad, what the fuck? For a dragon player, you are incredibly scared of the combat step. I realize this is a different deck, but how bad did they hurt you, man? So after we play Rest in Peace, this becomes playable. Card touching, ETB on enchantments. Alright, EDH Rec handled this shit for you. Your win con definitely looks like some I don't know shit. The Storm payoff. You do not have Storm. Real removal. Okay. So in a spooky deck, we have the, oh no, this shit isn't working. Let me just take Rhystic Study Smothering Tithe. Value Tithe. Maybe we win with Hallowed Haunting. Tutor Loop, sure, I don't care. And we have Approach of the Second Sun. Immediately, this is very like, I hope you have to play against Finn one day. This doesn't even feel to me like a Tuvasa deck, other than everything says enchantment on it. Because we're not trying to do anything with Flash. So we're not trying to do anything to actually play around Tuvasa the Sunlet's condition. We're just going like, hey, this is Bant. Hey, this is enchantments. This works, right? Let's see what this does. We can play fucking Wizard class. Okay, Tuvasa the Sunlit. So we can play Ghostly Prison. Then after that, we play Propaganda. Now we play Sphere of Safety. Oh no, we don't have the mana for this. Thank God. We get to draw 2 for that one. Rogue's Passage, Sphere of Safety, draw 2. And you have fucking Soul Ring. And now we just wait. I can only imagine that this deck is you just fucking glaring at the people that killed your Tiamat deck or whatever it was with your hands just just balled up into little fists. Congratulations, you have proven that Bant enchantments are good at being very boring. It now costs 9 mana to swing at us. So let's play some magic. We'll turn that into Soul Ring. We have white, white, green for this. We will Witness Protection something. We'll draw 3 cards for it. We played our land for turn. We'll draw 3 for that enchantment. And then we enchant Tuvasa with this. We have to be at the Voltron critical mass, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We cannot one-tap anybody yet, but it is unblockable, and it's like an 11/11, I believe. So it's unblockable. It has lifelink, hits for 11. We gain 11. Sure. Exploration, draw 4. Play Avacyn, because fuck it. We kill somebody. The Mighty Roosh says, I cast Austere Command, creatures mana value 3 or less in enchantments. Okay, Mighty Roosh, but after you cast that, the if-then police come in and blow your dick off. I cast Hallowed Haunting. I draw 4. The fact that you owned up to it being a trauma response doesn't make it any better, because this deck is so boring on purpose when it doesn't fucking have to be. Like, we've given ourselves the primary out of Thassa's Oracle when winning with Steel of the Godhead, when winning with Angry Frodo, the card, is just right there. Tuvasa already Voltrons herself, and instead of just doing that, we've leaned into well, what if instead I could force all of my friends to watch paint dry? There's so much personality and flavor that you have the room to communicate in a commander deck, and all this deck says to me is, I'm angry. I'm really mad about how my friends treated me during the last round of Mario Party, and instead of talking to them about it, I've decided to lock us all in a room together